knitting friends, and welcome to Ina Knits. My name is Ina and I am a Norwegian knitter. I love to share with you my making, which is mainly knitting related, and lovely yarn, and occasionally some everyday life from my home here in Trøndelag, Norway. And yeah, I'm in a new location today. I'm recording from my living room, and it's a beautiful day out. It's sunny. You can see the light is coming right at me from the side and from the patio doors. And yeah, I'm home now together with Ballet, my dog. And yeah, I guess the kids will be home from school soon and we will start our weekend together. My kids started school yesterday and we are back in the routine. So that's good. I'm sitting here with my foamy coffee that I just made. Starting to become a little cold. And it's been 2 weeks since I last posted a knitting podcast episode, so I thought I would stay consistent with the 2 weeks frequency. In that way, I can try and make the episodes a little bit shorter. And yeah, I really love to see other knitting videos that's kind of on the shorter side, so I will try to do the same myself here on Ina Knits. You can find me online as ina.knits on Instagram. I also have a Ravelry account, which is Inapina. I'm also on Ko-fi. So if you would like to support the channel by donating a cup of coffee, I would be super happy if you do so. So I will leave the link below. And of course, if you like this video, please consider to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I just recently published a video of me going through my yarn stash, and going through it has definitely been an adventure. I have made so many discoveries and kind of rediscovered old yarns that I totally forgot that I had. And it has also helped me like rethinking a little bit about my knitting future. I now see that I have so much wonderful yarn, and I'm excited and very inspired to cast on all of the things. So I think this episode is just the bare beginning of what you will see during this fall season. Because I have so many ideas and thoughts in my head about what I will make out of the yarns that I already got. So yeah, I have finished some things since last time. I have casted on, I don't know, 3 new things. And that's just because I have been super mindful not to cast on everything. Because I really, really, really have been eager to cast on these days, and I have been browsing patterns to go with specific yarns, and oh yeah, but only 3 new things on the needles, and I try now to complete one thing before I cast on another thing. So That's the aim. I think I will start off with showing you what I casted on since my last episode. One of the things. So I have started a new Ranunculus sweater or top. I haven't decided yet. I am using Lerke from Dalagarn together with a silk merino, and this is a lace weight, and I think this might be a DK or worsted weight. No, it should be a DK, I believe. And Lerke is a cotton merino blend. So yeah, I bought this 6 balls of this yarn earlier this summer to make a summer top. It was on sale, so I couldn't resist. And this is one yarn that has been laying in my stash since, I think it should be probably 15 years. So, and I bought 100-gram hank of this yarn. I think it was to make one of my daughter's something way back, and it has just been laying untouched ever since then. And pairing these two together is like this kind of subtle marled effect, which I really like. And the drape is fantastic. So I think this will turn out to be a really wonderful garment. Yeah, I'm super happy with it. So I am now down at the point where I'm about to start the ribbing, the hem at the bottom, and then I will pick up the arms. I originally thought that I would do short sleeves because I didn't think I had enough yarn for anything else. But turns out this is only the 4th ball out of 6. And this lasts forever. So I'm not worried I will run out of the lace yarn. So I might knit long arms, actually. I might do so, yeah. So very, very pleased with my new Ranunculus sweater. I did knit one Ranunculus some years back in a very fluffy yarn, and I knitted short sleeves on my first one, and because the yarn that I used is very fluffy and I think it's alpaca, it is kind of warm. So I now discovered that I have another 2 balls of that specific yarn. So I am considering, once I've finished this one, to go back and re-knit for long sleeves on the first Ranunculus. I think that I will use it a lot more if it's an winter garment rather than a summer top. Yeah, I think so. But I will keep you posted on that. This, I'm looking so much forward to having this finished. I will just briefly show you the hat that I finished. This was, I think it was only a matter of a couple of centimeters last time before I had it done. But this is a fisherman's hat for my boyfriend Christian, and I used a pattern called the Lea Beanie. I did a modification because this is knit like a long tube, and it's a 1x1 rib, as you can see. And the pattern said to fold the brim and then to knit the brim together with the next round of yarn, the next round of stitches, to get a double brim that wouldn't unfold. But yeah, Christian really wanted a hat that was adjustable. So we just kept it like this, and then he can choose whenever he wants a shorter brim or he wants the hats to go over his ears. It's possible to just adjust the brim in order to do so. And we can also fold it up higher so he can just have it on top. Yeah. And I also sewed in a little leather piece of leather that states handmade. Pretty cute. So, hat done. And from here on, I believe it's more or less sock bonanza. First of all, I discovered that I totally forgot to show the finished West Yorkshire spinners socks that I knitted earlier this summer. I think I was halfway through the second sock last time you saw them, but I just wanted to show them again to prove that I actually finished the pair. This is one of their signature colorways. It's called Blue Tits, and it is for my son. He's 10 years old and he has kind of big feet already. So they're bigger than mine. They're about European size 40. And I'm not sure what that translates to in British and US sizes. But yeah. So I am planning to give them to him for Christmas. So very pleased with them. And then I have finished another pair for Christmas. This pair is done. Here is the other one. And this will also be a present for someone. This blocker is a little bit too small for the sock, and I haven't washed and blocked them yet properly. But you can kind of tell. This super busy Christmas colored yarn is the Regia. It's their 4-ply sock yarn, and it is one of their season colors. I think this one was called Mistelzweig. And I used a red yarn for the heel. I think this was just a pattern scroll in a red solid color. So yeah, and these are men's sized sock. It's their 45, European size 45. And I have knitted them with the blueberry waffle sock pattern, which is a free pattern on Ravelry. I think I found it. I have knitted several of these and I acquired a pattern years back, but yeah, it's a nice kind of variation from knitting ribbed socks or just plain socks. It's somewhere in between. So once I finished the Regia socks, I immediately cast it on for another Christmas related sock. I have found that I have several like Christmas or holiday themed indie dyed socks or commercial sock yarns in my stash. So I really want to have a holiday inspired sock or sock pattern on my needles at all times from now and until December. So I found this yarn in my stash, which is a really special indie dyed yarn that I got from my knitting friend Meg in the States. This is Lolo did it in the colorway Hippo for Christmas. And this is really one of the yarns that I've just hoarded. I have thought it was too special to cast on and knit with it, but I really need to change that. So here it is, my first Hippo for Christmas sock. And I love it. I love it. Oh, and the yarn is MCN, I believe. Yeah, it's a merino cashmere nylon, so it's very, very soft and luxurious feeling. So this is just a basic vanilla sock, and I have the second one going. So very, very, very pleased with this one. And this is for myself. It will go into the box that I showed last time. Yeah, so my aim is to just fill that box with Christmas socks for me to wear during the holidays. Very, very happy about that. And yeah, I have also finished the Shorty socks that I started earlier this summer. And I actually did use a pattern for those socks, and it's a pattern by Summer Lee, and it's her basic B Shorty socks, I believe it's called. And yeah, I do have my own sock knitting pattern, or I have a recipe in my head, which is my go-to, and I do some slight variations from time to time, but I tend to knit the same sock over and over and over again. But these, it was just fun to try another method of knitting socks, and it frankly it wasn't too different from what I usually do, but I did find that the heel flap was a little bit different. It's an reinforced heel flap, but instead of the the way that I usually do it, I knit all the stitches across, and then on the wrong side I slip one, purl one, slip one, purl one, all across. This pattern tells you to purl all the stitches across on the wrong side, and on the right side you slip one, knit one, slip one, knit one. So it's kind of the opposite way of doing a reinforced heel, and it creates a very lovely heel flap. So I enjoy that. The rest of the sock I think was pretty much the same way as my regular standard sock method. So yeah, these are finished. Another pair of Shorty socks for myself. I can just briefly show you the yarn. This is the yarn that I used. It's actually a 100% merino yarn, so there's no nylon in this. But it seems to me that it's a kind of a high twist to it, so yeah, I thought I would just give it a go and see if they're durable enough. I think they might be. There aren't always the need of nylon in sock yarns. I also had an urge to cast on for a pair of summer socks. I do have a few skeins of self-striping yarn in really fresh, fun colors in my yarn stash, which has also been just hoarded by me. I have just been looking at them and kind of resistant to cast on because I thought it was way too special to cast on. So this has been one of them. This is a self-striping from Vesper Sock Yarn. And I think it is a 7-color repeat. Oh, this is so fun. It's wonderful. And I've had this in my purse, and I brought it around and just knitted a few rounds whenever I had some spare time, and everyone who see me knitting on this sock is just commenting how fun and wonderful this colorway is. I cannot look at this and not smile. After the ribbing, I changed needle to the 9-inch circular, and it is nice to just change it up a little bit now and then. I really like my longer circulars and magic looping, and I like my double pointed needles. But everyone who has been practicing knitting with short 9-inch circulars say that that's the fastest way to knit socks. So every now and then I use them and just practice. And in the beginning of a practice, it is kind of slow going, but then I really feel that the speed is increasing slowly but steadily, and it helps practicing. I just realized now that I lost a stitch, so I need to do some fixing. Yeah, like so. Oh, this is a very, very, very happy color. It feels great now to use up some of the nicer yarns in my stash. I need to keep doing that. Right, so I have one more thing to show you, and first a little sip of my coffee, which is now really cold, but still good. I did something super fun last week. I have been thinking about for so long that I really wanted to try and dye yarn. So I just bought a starter kit and some bare yarns, and I had my first go at coloring yarn. And I did it outside in the sun and just had a blast. And I'm really eager to redo it, so I need to carve out some time to continue my little project. And yeah, I just wanted to show you what I have dyed. So I mainly had a go at this is fingering weight sock yarn, and I also dyed this is 100% wool, a really rustic wool. So this was the first one that I dyed, and yeah, just had to play with a lot of colors. I dyed up 250 grams skeins, and I just made a little yarn cake of this one, and I have cast it on for a sock, of course, as one do. I was so eager to just see how it knitted up. I was so surprised to see that it was kind of even, not so very. I really enjoy the colors, and it makes me happy and smiling. So this was the first one, and then I dyed up a couple of blue ones, different tones of blues, and some light purple and brown orange flecks. And the last one I did was this green, so almost aqua turquoise. I'm not sure if it's showing up correctly in the monitor, but these two were colored up together just to experiment and see the difference between superwash yarn and a non-superwash woolly wool. And it's very different, isn't it? So yeah, this was super fun to do, and I will definitely continue experimenting. Yeah. A very, very great, inspiring, and fun side project. So I think that was everything I wanted to share today. I have been sorting a lot of yarn and organizing yarn stash lately. I am in the making of video number 2, and then I really wish to get a lot of input from you guys when it comes to what I should do with the yarn that's in my stash. I think I need suggestions when it comes to patterns And please just let me know if you already watched the first stash organizing video. If you have any ideas for what I could use some of the yarns for, just shoot me a comment below, because I really could use some extra eyes and brains and ideas for what to do with my yarns. So yeah, I hope you have a wonderful August, and that you get a lot of knitting done. And yeah, I am now going to bring Billy out on a walk in the sun, and then I will make a pizza dough and wait for the family to come home. And then we will talk very soon again, I hope. Happy knitting, friends. Bye.